people want to quit to say, "Oh, global warming and global warming." No, nigga, they're warming the globe. That's what they're doing. They're doing it by itself. They're doing it purposely because they know what they can do with ions and what they can do with putting shit in the stratosphere and hitting shit with frequencies and getting reactions out of it. These people play, man, they play this shit every day. Like we said, people wake up every day finding a way to find a way to fuck us in some form or fashion. And this is
Hey,
what these people do.
God damn.
hey, so look, here you go. I got a book called 1492. It's supposed to be about the land
Mhm.
over here. You heard about it?
I heard that before.
Yeah, yeah. They was basically talking about the land and how it. So basically, the Indians did certain stuff to the land to make it habitable. Like so, on near the rivers, they would build the dams or whatever, or in the forest, they would literally set fires to acres and acres of forest on purpose to help it
Enriching the
get
soil.
some rich nutrients and stuff like that. But it's like they knew that these areas flooded, right? They even did shit to stop the rivers from eroding parts of the land, right? So this information was already been known that parts of the world do these things on a cycle of however long, right? And so when the people who know that put heavily populate or densify, what's the word I'm looking for? They put a lot of people in one area, right? They
Mhm.
already know that these type of events are gonna happen in here because it happens every 50, 75, 100 years, like clockwork. So again, when they know that, they just add a little fuel to the fire and make that shit even a little bit more dramatic.
Damn.
That's exactly. Hmm.
So what
That's
y'all think
exactly what
is
they do.
what's going on with this cloud seeding and harp and weather modification? They doing that same thing to us?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're spraying silver dioxide into the atmosphere, you're gonna get a reaction along with aluminum. I mean, and
Silver
then you hit,
iodide.
yes, and you're hitting, yeah, iodine, my bad. And if you're hitting it with a frequency, you're gonna get a reaction. You're gonna get
Mm.
man-made weather is what you're getting. And they say, well, we're helping, because there are places that need the rain and the droughts. But my thing is, if you was helping, why when there's fires burning, there's no rain pouring? So you mean to tell me during those times you can't make the rain come there and just wash that shit away? But you can. So like Cuz said, you're riding the wave of this happens every 50 years and you're amplifying it to the fact
Mm.
that you're taking literally lives along with it. I mean, shit, we just what almost 200 people died like 2 weeks ago in floods and shit, and
In
they couldn't even
Texas?
find it in
Yeah.
Texas. Come on, man. Like I'm saying, you're getting heavy downpours in area that it doesn't rain in. So we know exactly what you're doing. We see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And I tell people, I say, I'm glad I live in Norfolk, in our area. We have the biggest military base. They would not flood this area. Just pay attention to that. We get a little rain.
I mean, Norfolk's bad for flooding already. Every time it rains heavy,
But
Norfolk
not
gets flooded.
catastrophic to where niggas is
Yeah.
dying.
Exactly. The last time we had something like that happen, it was almost like 15, 20 years ago when the fucking underpass were flooded. That
I
was
remember
it.
that.
Other than that, and we sit so low below, so far below sea level, it's fucking crazy. That's why we can get 10 minutes of rain and we got flood, but we never get that constant downpour where shit, we going days and days and days, and our cars are submerged in water. I love
Um,
the area. And I tell people, I listen, if you want to be safe, this is
Military
like
go
one
do
of
time.
the
go do a
safest
base.
areas to be in.
Go do a
Serious.
military time. Look,
Uh,
Norfolk just, and I think they trying to build a flood wall. Like they got 100 mil or
Oh
something like
yeah, I
that.
saw that. Yeah.
You hear that?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how much they got. They trying to build a flood wall, right? But it's like they clearly know something going on. And we talked about the cloud seed before too. Remember, Dubai. Remember Dubai? Dubai.
Uh,
They was dry as the desert. They was
Yeah.
getting the
yeah,
rain. It rained, and then next thing you know, it was flooding. Like you seen motherfucking
yeah.
Ferraris underwater. Like it was flood, and it flooded for a while. It was like a couple of days or a week or so, and it was crazy. But we all can concur or speculate that it started from the cloud seeding. Like that amount of rain in a desert ain't natural. Even though a desert at one point in time was an ocean, right? But that was hundreds and thousands of years ago. Now here we are. It ain't about to turn back to an ocean in 20 years, in 10 years, or 5 years, right? So I don't know, man.
They just started using it as a tool now, a tool to be able to wipe out an area, come in, basically weather gentrification is what I call it. Weather
God damn.
gentrification. They can come in after they done gentrified it with rain, fire, whatever they wanted to use, and take your areas. You get what I'm saying? And do what it is
Mm-hmm.
that they want to do with it, even if they just want to take the land back. Because you got to understand, if you sold an area and you know in the next 10, if you just say if you know in the next 5 years, if the land was all yours, you're standing to make 100 million. But if it stays in the hand of the people, you may make
10,
30,
20.
40, or
Yeah.
something like that. You're
A
Right.
gonna
fraction.
this is what you're gonna do, yeah. Because you have a project, you have a formula that you can engineer and make shit happen with. I mean,
So
and can do it at will.
right. So
You know what I'm
what's
saying? And
the pushback? So we if we know this, we have the conspiracies, we have the theories, we see the pattern changes, we see the issues. How do we push back? Because I don't know if y'all saw this or whatever. Florida recently passed a bill that said they can't do chemtrails in Florida no more. You know what I'm saying? That's like the first time I ever heard something like that. Like a state actually passed a bill that says no more spraying in our skies, whatever they're doing. I don't know if it addresses what exactly it is or what's the language in the bill, but basically it's like no more spraying shit in our skies. So isn't that do you think that's a right way to look at it moving forward? Like if states start doing shit like that as a sort of pushback, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it would if the silver oxide was coming out of the planes. That's not what chemtrails are. See, that's the thing about it. You have two flights up there being dropping off shit. More
Mm-hmm.
than likely, the chemtrails is full of aluminum. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sprayed in the stratosphere, which cloud seeding is not the same as chemtrails. Can they
Okay.
go hand in hand together? Yeah, but do they need chemtrails in order for the cloud seeding to work and do what it is that they're doing? No, you
Uh
don't,
huh.
because it's two you spraying two different things. So I look at it like this: is really nothing we can do about it as a people unless everybody do something
So
in
look.
order
Hey,
to
hold
do
on.
that.
So yeah. So I
Huh?
pulled up. I pull up this is this thing about Florida. So like, it's crazy. I think I think this is a positive in the right direction. So there's a law. It just passed. It just started actually. It's been in effect since July 1st. So it's only been like 2 weeks that they saying basically Florida's like, look, they got penalties for violating this law, include 5 years in jail and
Mm-hmm.
fines up to 100,000. Basically, no geoengineering, weather modification. They're basically making it a felony to release these chemicals. Now,
Right.
my question is, okay, that's great, that's nice, and is a step in the right direction. But how do you enforce this? How do you get somebody who? How do you know who's doing this? You know what I'm saying? If you see a plane in Florida, fucking spraying, okay, they're breaking the law. It's not air police, the air force. Like, how do you enforce this law? How do you get them? How do you find out who's responsible? It's supposedly this whole thing is a conspiracy theory, and nobody knows who's doing it. Nobody,
Hey,
we
hey,
don't
Frank.
have the answers.
Let's put your screen back up, Frank. Put your screen back up, and
Okay.
let's take this a step further. Google. I just did this. That's why I was laughing when you pulled it up, right? Because I did the same thing you did. Now look up, are chemtrails real? So
Mm-hmm.
before we go there, look it up and see what Google says. Let's show it, right? Show it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just read that Florida is stopping chemtrails.
Mm-hmm.
But as Google asks it, is chemtrails real? And watch what it say.
Said the term chemtrails associated with a conspiracy theory, claiming that aircraft intentionally released. This is what I'm saying. Like, information is so contradictory, bro. Like, why would Florida draft a law, sign it? It's an actual law today, like 2 weeks
But they
Right.
ago.
not,
It's a real
they
June
law.
know
20th. June 20th.
they not the first. A flop. They're not the first to ban it. They're not the first. They're not the first state. I can't think of which one it is, but they are not the first state to ban it. Pull up the first state to ban it. The crazy thing about it is, just because they ban it doesn't mean that the law would be enforced. Because think about this:
Oh, so it's
if we
theater.
already, who was it?
No, I'm saying it's theater. Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
Yeah, but
Arizona, Louisiana.
the thing about it is, them pushing a law against it. We already under the speculation of who we believe is using this type of technology because everybody don't have that to their disposal. Not your regular average Joe.